rest of flight leadership. I don't know John DeLue may have already spoken to you. You may know John, but not others, so I'll do that. And then a quick toast, and we'll be on to dinner. So I'll start. Alan Brock isn't in flight leadership, but he heads up DFW Brave. He's a great supporter of ours, so thank you. You know Glenn, you know Maureen. Russ, you'll speak to the group when? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. Russ is our managing director of Line Ops, so he helps take care of the chiefs and directors. Mike Green in the back, raise your hand. Mike is our director of training, who runs the bus. Fleet captain for a while, for a good long while. And Mike's in training now. Corey, you're going to visit the team on Thursday. Corey Klein is our director of hiring. Good questions for Corey. Captain Lori Klein, she's our managing director of trainings. Thank you, Lori. John DeLue, when did you speak to him? Have you already?
I already spoke to him. They said it was very boring.
I'm sure that's not the case. Captain Lisa Johnson was in ASAP, now FOQA, LOSA, LIT. Anything else?
Efficiency.
Efficiency. All right, thank you, Lisa. Captain Jay Maryland, he's your 7-3 Training and Standards Captain. Jay, thanks for being here. Captain Kate Fletcher, she's your 7-3 Fleet Captain. Thanks for being here. How long have you been on the job, Kate?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But that's longer than most.
Ryan Giacomino. Ryan, he is all over distance learning and all kinds of programming and content development. He and his team that support you all. Who am I missing here? You all met Eric earlier. You're part of the. Anybody else, Maureen?
Gary.
Oh, Gary Lindigan. Gary is one of our dispatchers. Do you come and speak to them, or do you see them?
No, I actually get to get them to come up to me.
Oh, you all
You'll see tomorrow.
see and speak to Gary and his team.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. And Jock Bethune. If you're Legacy AA, of course you know Jock. He was the voice that put you to sleep back in the CBT room when we listened to cassettes and all of that.
Yep.
Starting when, Jock? How long ago?
Started about 1969.
1969.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just 2 years old.
And I met you in '88 when you were 2 years old. All right.
Met you in '88. That's when you came on board. Yep.
Yeah, that's when you and I met.
You got it.
Yeah. So thanks for being here. All right, listen, I asked you to get a glass because I've got a toast. It's a bit of a longer toast, but I think it's important, and certainly in this hangar it is. So I'll start by saying that there might be an exception here in the hangar tonight, but I'm guessing that for most of us, checking out as captain, as I said this afternoon, has us at the peak or pinnacle of visible leadership in our professional work lives. I know that's true for me when Carl Price gave me my wings back in the day, back in Chicago. Nothing that came before that, Air Force or otherwise, nothing that's come after that, chief work or otherwise, was quite as important or quite as that special. So just a moment about leadership and legacy. Leadership first. I want you to take everything you've ever been taught about leadership, every great captain, every great leader you've ever worked with or followed, every not so great captain, not so great leader you've ever worked with or followed, anything connected to leadership, and distill it down into the parts and pieces that resonate with you and inspire you, and just make those your personal leadership principles. And then take your core personal values, those things you stand on, those things you stand for, the non-negotiables in your life. Put those core values together with those leadership principles, and just be intentional about the kind of captain you're going to be at American Airlines. Don't do it right now or tonight, but just reflect on it if you will. And then I like to talk about legacy, and there is a thing called the law of legacy. It has 3 parts to it. The first is we're all going to leave a legacy. The only difference is some of us are going to leave intentional legacies, and some of us are going to leave unintentional or accidental legacies. A legacy you give no thought or consideration to is just going to be a legacy that's not thoughtful or considered. So, number 1, be intentional about leaving a legacy. Number 2, we get to define with as much clarity and detail as what we want that legacy to look like. If you want it to be that of a great captain and American, you can invent or script that out any way you want. But the third is the most important, and that is you have to live the legacy that you want to leave. It's not enough to be intentional. It's not enough to have a great plan. You actually have to live the legacy. And that means every time you suit up, every time you go to the airport, every time you fly. So that's it, leadership and legacy. And because I'm proud of you all and I want you to be successful, I've got one last bonus pro tip to slip into your kit bag for that dark and stormy night. You've got a decision to make and options on the table, and that's just to pause in that moment and ask yourself, what would a great captain do? Okay, and I promise you, within a moment of asking yourself, what would a great captain do, you'll know what a great captain would do. And I'll also make this promise to you. Wherever you are in the operation trying to be a great captain, ask for help. Call, we will come running to help you. I gave you my number earlier today. You should have your chief's number, you should have your fleet captain's number, you should have the duty pilot's number. You should have access to a lot of help to be a great captain. We don't need to do this alone, okay? So that's it. Grab my glass, everybody got a glass. To American Airlines' newest captains, to the leaders you are, the legacies you'll leave, and the great captain you'll leave. Congratulations. And there's one thing else I'd like to share, and that is, the bar closes at 7:15, but because you guys are so special, I negotiated a 15-minute extension.
There he goes.
Not asking for anything, all right? But sometimes 15 minutes can make all the difference, right? So anyway, enjoy yourself. Maureen, put everything against the window over there. Take as much time as you need, okay? Thanks.
Thank you.